I am SOUMYA RANJAN, research scholar with co-author Madhusudan JV, Professor of Education and Education Technology, University of Hyderabad. I am here to present my conference paper, which is based on uses and impact of virtual reality in open and distance higher education, a systematic review. Outline of the presentation covers introduction, virtual reality, objectives, methodology, uses of virtual reality in distance higher education, impact of virtual reality in distance higher education, and conclusion. As we know, higher education is one of the most stages of education, from where the leaders of the society takes part, and it is the stage where research and development takes place. Nowadays, due to the explosion of population, people's thirst for knowledge and professional development has increased the demand of distance higher education. There is also the need for better quality higher education among the people around the world, and also the SDG 4 is emphasizing on quality education. And if we see, distance higher education nowadays is facing many problems such as poor human resources, quality reduction, and learning outcome also as found by various previous studies. So for quality education, the teaching learning process needs to be strengthened. As we know, to make teaching learning process or learning process more effective, the physical involvement and activity-centered learning must be there. As Aristotle says, 90% learning occurs when a child do the things herself or himself. So, exemplary face-to-face teaching is necessary for practical skill-based education. So, as we know, distance higher education is a system of non-formal education in which teacher students are separated geographically. So in contrary, we need to make teaching learning process face to face as it is very effective for learning outcome. If you see, so VR can enhance distance learning by facilitating an alternative form of face to face teaching, which will be very effective for better teaching, teacher student communication and self efficacy also. So let us focus what is virtual reality. Virtual reality is nothing but an artificial simulated three-dimensional environment in terms of vision, hearing, and touch. So as the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines, it is an artificial environment experienced through sensory stimuli by computer. So it is an simulated environment which mimic the real world through elements such as topography, communication, movement, and gravity, affording real-time synchronous teaching and discussion. When you are immersing in that particular situation, at that time you are also experienced. So always, teacher and students are thinking that to make the teaching learning process very natural and virtual if they are separated geographically. So at the time of COVID-19, we faced many problems and challenges. At the time, we thought what to do, and consequently, we adopted the online system, and we saw that many problems and at the time has been solved, and also it has some effect. So if we replace virtual reality in that particular situation, it may already might help us. So if we see virtual reality, it's the only solution through which we can do it. So it is the system in which a simulation of a real life in a campus, where students can take activities like having class, doing exercise, making friends, and teacher can take lectures and make review work of students and conduct assessment also. So based on these, the researcher has two research questions that these are what are the VR technologies and devices are being used in open and distance higher education. Second is what is the impact of VR in open and distance higher education with reference to its benefits and challenges. Find out this research question, the researcher has adopted a systematic literature review, in which uh, various database has been searched, Scopus, Google Scholar, and Web Science also, and by using the keyword distance education, distance higher education, and virtual reality with reference to uses and impact also, an impact. That we found that various devices they are using, such as high-end VR and mass distributed VR. In high-end VR, they are using the headset connected to the computer, and in mass distributed, they are using the smartphone. So others such as Google Earth, which is used in geography lessons, and Google Cardboard also a device, head-mounted device, and Mindso, which is an app which creates the Mindso programs, virtual programs. Then head-mounted display in which the remote participants feel like they're in the same face and they're interacting with each other, peer group interaction, and other curricular and curricular activities also going on. They're also experiencing others such as we have discussed the smartphone, which is in the language classroom. Then locomotion techniques, that is the moving techniques, which is created by the virtual technologies. Then if we see the VR stereo display is also there, which provides a binocular two-way view to the students, through which they feel that they have immersed in the situation and they are feeling like very natural. Other impacts we will see the positive impact. We have divided positive and another in challenges. So positive impact is such as their imagination and interactive experience also has a positive impact through virtual reality, and it also facilitated in improvement of perception and understanding of the students and imagination also. Also, it has helped that women were not going to this institution and they are through virtual reality. They are experiencing the actual classroom situation through which they are learning, and mutual interaction of individual with teacher student and among students also going on, which help them to learn better. And another is it enables the real time interaction and which affects uh, and children encouraged to participate more and in number. So impact we see it improves the sense of realism, which is very important more than pre-recorded content, which is asynchronous. It is synchronous, and we see through use of virtual reality, and that is the improvement of assessment score. And due to this, the decrease of program anxiety also found in various studies, as Volunteer 2020 has reported. So on the contrary, we have found some challenges such as the dizziness due to longer duration of use of the devices, virtual reality devices. They're experiencing some pain in their brain, and it also affect negatively. And if you see the access, lack of collaboration also there, and the government policies also there, and the high cost the devices there, so to afford it is very difficult, and a lack of educational resources also there, and we see the technical requirement for designing and developing the teaching resources are too high also, so it is difficult to teachers who are not expert in that field, and to monitor teaching learning process at their part is also difficult, and the theory and guidance also scanty, as found by Livertal in 2019. So cost of implementation in the classes and prolonged comfort, stability, etc. also are some of the challenges. So usability, we can say fear, maintainability, security, and confidential. These are some problems or challenges they are facing in terms of VR users in distance higher education. We can say in developing and to some extent in developed countries also, as found by the previous studies. Conclusion, that is it is very important in distance education, as we are feeling isolated in the distance education stage. So The virtual reality is only the solution for that. So overall, it is found that from the literature, that almost all studies shows a positive effect of virtual reality in open and distance higher education, such as in terms of increasement of assessment score, we can say, and the engagement of a student also, and there an improvement of enrollment also. But due to some factor, we face challenges in using such as a high cost, weight, and technological problems, etc. So we may conclude that so the full use of VR and open and distance education may take more time, as digital divide is there in many corners of the world. Some of the developing countries they have digital divide among the peoples. So it may take more time to fully implement. So fully universally use also. So in this I finish my presentation. And these are the references. And thank you all, one and all.